Hello, my wonderfuls. Today we're going to take a look at perfect verb tenses. But before we do, let's recap really quick. From our last video, we did simple verb tenses. We talked about past, something happened before, the present, something is happening now, and future, something is going to happen. But today we're going to take a look at the perfect verb tenses. And what that tells us is that an action that happened, that's our past, that will happen, that's the future, or that may still be happening, which is the present. So together, the helping verb plus the main verb will make up what we call a verb phrase. So let's take a look at our example right here. Workers had, which is my helping verb, installed my main verb. So my helping plus my main verb equals my verb phrase. So workers had installed new swings in Grant Park. So let's see how the perfect present tense work. It tells us an action that took place in the past and may still be happening, present. And to form this tense, we're going to use has or have with the past form of the main verb. So we're going to have the present perfect is equal to using the verb has or have plus our main verb. So a helping verb plus our main verb. So let's look at the example. Volunteers have turned Grant Park into a beautiful spot. How do we know to use has or have? According to the rule, if it's plural, meaning if it's more than one, we're going to use have. If it's singular, meaning one, we're going to use has. Hope that makes sense. All right, let's take a look at the past perfect tense, which tells us about an action that was completed before another past action. And we're going to use, to form this tense, we're going to use the helping verb had with the past form of the main verb. The past perfect would equal had plus the main verb. So let's take a look at the example. Grant Park had become neglected, so people stopped going there. Hope that makes sense. The future perfect tense, this tells about an action that will be completed. And to form this tense, we're going to use the helping verb will have plus the past form of our main verb. So once again, the future perfect, we're going to use the helping verb will have plus the main verb. Let's look at our example. By next week, we will have cleared the park of trash. Let's recap. Present perfect, we're going to use has or have plus our main verb. How do we know when to use has or have? Has, singular, and have, plural. Past perfect, we're going to use the helping verb had plus our main verb. Future perfect, we're going to use the helping verb will have plus our main verb. Hope that makes sense. Now it is practice time. Okay, so let's practice. So what are they wanting us to do in this guided practice? They want us to write the correct helping verb or verbs to form the perfect tense. It tells us what the tenses are in the parentheses. So the main verb are the ones that's underlined. Before we get started, here's a hint. So this hint tells us to form the present perfect. Like I mentioned, you're going to use has when the subject is singular and have when the subject is plural. Okay, remember singular means one, plural, more than one. All right, let's get going. So number one, the park opened in 1991 after people blank demanded it. So our main verb here will be demanded. So let's see what we're going to use for our past perfect. Once again, past perfect is you're going to use the verb had plus our main verb. So the park opened in 1991 after people had demanded it. Number two, sadly, they blank forgotten how important the park is. So we're going to look at the present perfect. Once again, the present tells us that it's happening now. So we're going to use the helping verb has or have plus our main verb. That's our main verb. Forgotten. We're going to use our helping verb. Remember the hint? Have, because they are more than one. So sadly, they have forgotten how important the park is. Hope that's making sense. Number 3. Now the day blank come to rebuild the playground. So we're going to still look at present perfect. Present perfect. We're going to use the verb, helping verb has or have plus our main verb. Now, how do we determine that? Look at our hint. So now the day, we're talking about one day. So we're going to use which verb? If you say has, you are correct. The main verb is come, and we're going to use has come. So now the day has come to rebuild the playground. Last but not least, by next summer, we blank rebuild the entire playground. This is our future perfect. Remember future? It's going to happen. So let us go ahead and remind ourselves that the future perfect, we are going to use the helping verb will have plus our main verb. So my main verb will be rebuilt. And by next summer, we will have rebuilt the entire playground. Hope that's making sense. Remember, pause the video, rewind, rewatch as many times as you like to get a better understanding. Okay, once again, Miss Dr. Manis Ruza would see you in class.